Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Franchise Hockey Manager 9 with the Seattle Kraken. I have no idea what episode this is at this point. We've got to be into the 20s, right? Or close to that. At any rate, it's January 1st, 2029, and you can see we're in 6th place in the Western Conference right now, 43 points in our own division. We're in 3rd. We are 3 points behind Edmonton, but we have 2 games in hand. The Ducks are just running away and hiding with things. 29-4-2. So I don't think the division is a possibility this year. But it's been an up and down season for us, really since the beginning. I mean, you guys were there with me through November. And it was more the same. Although, top line continues to do its thing. Pastrnak and Bedard both on the top 10 in scoring. And I'll show you what the issue is. And I don't know how to fix it because this has been I don't want to say a problem with the game, but it's been an issue with the game for years. So offensively, our top line is still doing fine. Pastrnak, Bedard, Lundell. Our second line has been fine with Beniers and Brad. Got to figure out that second that second wing forward. Right now it's Vlasov, and he's got 3 goals in 37 games, so that might be a target for the trade deadline. But we have to be careful because Pasternak's contract is up. We need to talk to him about bringing him back, and he wants like $7.5 million. So if we're going to bring in a second line right wing, it's got to be somebody that either isn't that expensive or get some money retained. But at any rate, you can see Bedard, 24 goals in 37 games. He's been great. Matty Beniers having a fantastic season, although he has a even plus-minus. Again, it hasn't been great this year. Shea Theodore has 11 goals in 30 games, but he's a -12, along with Matthew Joseph, the 2-time reigning NHL Selke Award winner, is a -12 in 28 games. Excuse me. It just hasn't been great. But here's the issue. The issue is goaltending, and not necessarily Jeremy Swayman. For some reason, the game wants to start my backup goalie, even though I'm telling him not to. If you look at our goalie starts, stick with the starter during playoffs. I got the backup starter frequency set at 2, and I've got Swayman listed as the starter. So for some reason, the game wants to play Emil Vinny, and he's been really bad. A 3.33 goals against and an 8.99 save percentage. Not that Swayman's been that much better, 2.90 and a 9.09, but he's been better. So I need to figure out how to get the game to start Swayman more than Vinny, because right now he's our better goalie. I have a feeling if these numbers were reversed, we'd at least be above Edmonton right now. Maybe not where Anaheim is, but above Edmonton. So that's kind of where things are from a statistical standpoint. We have a couple of very tough decisions to make here coming up as the season ends, as both David Pastrnak and Jeremy Swayman are free agents, and they both want a lot of money. Swayman wants $8 million for 5, and Pastrnak wants like 7.3 or something for 4. Yeah. So, I could probably make those deals, but we'll have to figure out what to do with our depth. Portillo's gone. Barton is gone. He was a value for us at $750,000, but he now wants over 2. I offered Knack a new contract. Joseph will be gone, and Luka Hoff will probably be gone as well. So the 2 big ones are Swayman and Pastrnak. Haven't looked at the trade block. We need that second line right wing, and it looks like right now it's mostly defensemen. Look at our cap obligations. Pastrnak is up. Joseph will save us some money. We're going to have some money to play with, but again, that doesn't take into account if we sign Swayman and Pastrnak, we're going to be over the cap next season. So there will be moves that have to be made, and I think move number 1 is Shea Theodore. We're going to have to move that contract. We might see if we can move it here for that second line right wing. That'll give us Sider, Coughlin, Pizarnik, Kiviharu, Sharp, and Barton. We'll need to find another defenseman. But, that's Alfred Gilly. Okay, he's still signed. He'll be on the team next year. I just got sidetracked, but he'll be on the team next year. Yeah, so that's kind of where we are. We've got some difficult decisions to make. I'd like to keep Campbell. He's been pretty good. He's out right now, but 23 points in 30 games. Next year is the last year of Benier's contract. Lundell signed long term. Bratt signed long term. Yeah, so there's some stuff we're gonna have to do, and if we go back and we look at the trade block again, Fox, Stutzley is somebody obviously I would love, but not, and they won't trade him for that amount of money. Anderson Dolan, I don't know how he's listed as 3.5 stars, and then you got a lot of young defensemen. Beliveau, Sean, oh he's not young anymore, but Kulemans, Carson Kulemans. He might be. I mean, this isn't. I just want to see from a value perspective. It's hardly likely. So we have 2 seconds, 2/3, 2/4. Still hardly likely. Still hardly likely. Hardly likely. All right, so it's probably looking like a first plus. Oh, even that. Okay. Because Kulemans, his contract is up too, right? Yeah, so he's going to want a lot of money. So I think the plan is look for a second line right wing using some of our younger talent, and then see if we can move Theodore for a younger version who maybe is signed a little bit more long term. So that's really where we stand right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sim probably through the middle of February, maybe sim to what deadline's like the 3rd, right? Deadline is the 3rd. Trade deadline's the 3rd. Deadline's right here. So I will probably sim, I don't know, we'll sim to the 26th. So I'll sim another month and a half or something. And we will be back and we will get through the deadline. So hang tight. All right, guys, we're back. And we got, about 2 weeks until the deadline. And we're middle of the pack, right? I mean, right now sitting 4th in the Western Conference. And I had to fire my trainer because things got out of hand. You can see we have Atchison out right now, but we suffered a couple of major injuries. We lost Mo Sider for, at the time, it was 2 to 3 months. It's down to 1 to 2 months now. And we lost Anton Lundell for the season. So our best defenseman and one of our best forwards. So we're 10 games over 500, 33, 23, and 4. Again, we'll just quickly look at the stats. Bedard, Pasternak are doing fine. I moved Matty Beniers. We'll show you the lines here. I moved Beniers to the second line and brought up Alfred Gilly, who's put up 17 points in 23 games now. Move Beniers to the left wing, Gilly and Bratt, hoping that sort of boosts that second line a little bit. Gilly's performing. Beniers is having a great season. Sorry, I had to take my sweatshirt off. It's hot as something that's really hot in my office. We've got offensively we're coming along a little bit. Campbell 41 points in 47 games. This is not what I want to do. I want to do that. I mean, hasn't been great across the board for sure, but it's been okay. You know, losing those 2 players that we lost obviously hurt. Vinny and Swayman are both terrible. So I'm not sure what to do because our goaltending is just awful. I feel like not re-signing Swayman is the right move because, I mean, Vinny is our potentially goaltender of the future, but Swayman, I don't know. Speaking of that, let's just go in now before we go any further, and let's talk to Pasta. 7.34 for 4 years. So what if we did 3 years and we did 8.5? 8. No, I don't want to do that. I'd rather give him 4 years for less. So let's try this. Let's try 6.75. Use that for all of them. We're getting close. Let's bump it up to 7. Seven one. Yeah, that's fine. I'll give him 7-1. All right. So we'll bring back Pasternak. Yeah, I think Swayman goes. I mean, he's hasn't been. Neither of our goalies have been. I mean, our goaltending situation's been awful. Let's take a look at the trade block. And I don't know now, given our wow, there's not a lot of players on the trade block. Some decent names though. Brant Clark looks pretty good. Both teams are right at or over the cap, because if I throw Theodore on there, yeah, they can't add that much. They're trading him because he's because they're up against the cap and they'll have to re-sign him. Yeah, not a lot there. I don't like that. I was hoping maybe bring back Dustin Wolf. I don't think I need a wing now. I think our I mean, I shouldn't say that. We lost our top line left wing, so getting somebody else in there might be beneficial, but there's nobody here that really says, I mean, Fiala, but he's out for the year. Tuck, no. Yeah, let's sim ahead a few days and see if this changes at all. Let's see what happens. All right, so we win 6-0. We did sign Pasta, so that's nice. 4 years, $28 million. We win 6-0. Swayman with the shutout. That's good to see. Campbell picks up his 9th. Jerry Kulich, we put on the top line for now. We had him on the top line. I don't know if we still do. I'll have to look. But Beniers gets his 30th and 31st. Oh, we have Kulich centering the 4th line. He had 2 goals. And we put Martin on that top wing. All right, let's keep checking the trade block, see if it changes as we get closer. I could use some defensive depth because we put Cameron Wynot on the we put him on waivers and somebody claimed him. So right now our 7th defenseman is Kai Knack, and then we've got Braden Hash, who was playing in Coachella, and we had to sign him to bring him up. We got Barton playing. Yeah, it might be good to bring in a defenseman if we could. So we got the top 2 point scorers in the NHL, which is pretty impressive. Bedard and Pasta both with Hutchinson is ready to come back. So we will send Joseph to the bench and replace him with Atchison. Again, take a look, excuse me, at the trade block, see if it changes as we get closer. So far, no. I wouldn't mind bringing in someone like Dursey. But for what? Like if we remove Theodore and Joseph, Martin, Atchison, Knack. Yeah, I mean, everybody that sort of playing everybody right now. Vlasov. I mean, Dursey would be good, but I mean, we should have Sider back before the season ends. And yeah, I don't really want to trade big pieces for a spare part defenseman. And we lose to Philadelphia. So again, just 10 games over 500. 2 points up on Edmonton, but they have a game in hand. 3 in the top 8 in goal scoring. Take a second because it's going to kick over to March 1st. Development report. Leshuvnov is somebody we got to bring in next season, assuming we can. He's in the K, and I think we honor those contracts, so I'm not sure if we're going to be able to. But we will keep an eye. Numanen. Ooh, I like that. The mental ratings are rough, but good offense, good physicality. Coughlin, Gilly, Kulich, Martin all get better. Theodore gets worse. Yeah, we're going to have to move on from Shea Theodore. Monthly budget, that's fine. Transactions, trade block. Anything happen when we kick over to Marco Rossi? I mean, it gives us a little bit of depth, but... Okay, so they really like Clark, so they want... Yeah, well, that's not going to happen. So maybe it is Dursey. I have to increase the offer a little. So Vlasov... do I really want to trade Vlasov, though? Especially considering Dursey would just be a rental. But right now he's in... I kind of feel like that's okay. All right, let's just give you the 4th. They're retaining half the salary. So let's finalize that deal. So we bring in a defenseman. We will replace Barton with Dursey. Let's put him in there as an old school defenseman. I mean, that sharpens things up a bit, and it gives us an opportunity. Yeah, I that's not bad. That's not bad. Because now that makes Barton our 7th defenseman again, which I'm fine with. And I can't imagine. Yeah, it's $6 million. It's going to be a rental. Vlasov that may have been not the best deal, but I wanted to improve our defense. So let's sim to the next game. I still wouldn't mind bringing in another forward, but there's not a lot on the trade block that's uber impressive right now. Chris Kreider on the block. Dustin Wolf. He's satisfied with us this month. It hasn't been a great year. Hasn't been a great year. What do we got here? Jordan Forget. That's a name. Tuck, but he's making $7 million. I mean, if they would retain it all. Bocage having a good year. Wow. 20 goal a game scorer. Interesting. Okay. Is it a salary thing? Do they just not have the salary to make it work? Let's go through today. Let's see what the deadline day looks like. See if anything changes. So we're at home against Buffalo. It's 2-1 loss. 34-25-4 on the season. All right, so it looks like Nazem Kadri has his ratings have dipped. Yeah, not a lot on the trade block this year. That's a bit surprising. Fiala would have been a good option had he not been hurt. Tuck, how's he doing this year? 26 points. And the offensive ratings are there. Oh, it's Fiala. I was like, wait a second. Dylan Strome. 14, 14, 30. I mean, it's not bad. Strome could play the left wing. You would have to retain half. You want Will Sharp. Nope. What if I give you our third? You don't want our third. What if I give you Detroit's third? Interesting. I got to bring both of those players in next season. Nicolo Bardini. So they will do this. Nicolo Bardini for Dylan. Yeah, it gives us some depth, and I think I'm okay with that. So, if we look at let's look at our stats. Who's our worst plus minus? And Durzee's a minus 36, but that's because he plays for a different team. Atchinson's a minus 5. Coolish is a minus 5. Jutinen, only 4 goals in 63 games. So I think we replace him with Strome. Coolish can play the wing, right? He can. So we'll make Strome our center. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's, that's not going to make or break us, but get a veteran presence in there or something. I'm not sure. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it. So I'm going to go ahead now and sim ahead to the end of the regular season. We had a defenseman in Durzi. We had a fourth line, a center, and Strome just to give us a little more forward depth. And hopefully that'll be enough. Hopefully our goaltending can sort itself out in the next month and a half, and we can try to win our third title in 4 seasons. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.